Your Docker image for a simple AI agent just clocked in at 2.3 gigabytes, and you're staring at your Docker file wondering how a few hundred lines of Python turned into a container the size of an operating system. The dependency footprint of your agent framework isn't just a vanity metric. It's slower builds, fatter cold starts, and a bigger attack surface every single deploy. So which one actually travels lighter, LangChain or CrewAI? Let's start with what's really inside these images, because the framework you import is only the tip of the iceberg. When you install LangChain, you're rarely installing just LangChain. The ecosystem fractured into LangChain Core, langchain-community, langchain-openai, and a swarm of provider-specific packages, and depending on how you pin them, pip drags in Pydantic, Tenacity, SQLAlchemy, NumPy, and a long tail of optional integrations that resolve into your environment whether you touch them or not. CrewAI takes a different route, but it's not automatically the leaner one. CrewAI is built on top of LangChain primitives in many versions, which means you inherit a chunk of that same dependency tree, plus CrewAI's own orchestration layer for agents, tasks, and crews. On top of that, it pulls an embed chain and chromadb for memory by default, and chromadb alone hauls an onnxruntime, tokenizers, and a pile of native binaries that balloon your image fast. So let's put real numbers on it. A bare Python 3.11 slim base sits around 130 megabytes. Layer a minimal LangChain install with a single provider like langchain-openai on top, and you're realistically looking at 700 to 900 megabytes once the transitive dependencies settle. Do the equivalent CrewAI install with default memory enabled, and you'll commonly cross 1.5 gigabytes, sometimes brushing 2, largely because of chromadb and onnxruntime dragging in those compiled native components. The good news is that most of that weight is optional, and this is where your Docker file earns its keep. For LangChain, resist installing langchain-community unless you genuinely need those integrations, and pin only the specific provider packages you call. For CrewAI, the single biggest win is disabling the default memory backend or swapping chromadb for a lighter vector store, because onnxruntime is doing nothing for you if you're not running local embeddings. Then there's the build itself, and this is where people leave the most on the table. Use a multi-stage build. Compile your wheels in a builder stage, then copy only the installed packages into a clean, slim runtime. Add a tight dockerignore so your virtual environments, caches, and test fixtures never enter the context. And pass no-cache-dir to pip so you're not baking pip's download cache into a layer nobody will ever read. When you stack those techniques, the gap narrows dramatically. A trimmed LangChain agent can land near 400 megabytes, and a CrewAI image with memory disabled and multi-stage builds can drop from 1.8 gigabytes down to the 600 to 700 range. The framework matters, but your packaging discipline matters more. The same CrewAI project can be twice the size or half the size, depending entirely on choices you control. So the honest verdict: LangChain wins on default footprint, CrewAI wins on orchestration ergonomics, and both are perfectly deployable once you strip the fat you never asked for. Tomorrow I'm breaking down the exact multi-stage Docker file that got that CrewAI image under 700 megabytes, line by line, with the cache mounts and layer ordering that shaved build time in half. Subscribe now, so that walkthrough lands in your feed the moment it goes live.